King once again, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we are going to conduct a technical analysis on XAUSD, which is gold. I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm in the outdoors, and yes, I just hope you pay attention to what I'm saying. I'll try by all means during the editing of the video to reduce the background noise, but I'll do my best to speak loud and clear. So, what strategy am I currently using to trade gold? Well, due to the high volatility and to the high trading volume on gold, gold sometimes does not respect certain strategies. Hence, I have decided to start trading using one very simple strategy, and this is something that anyone, even a beginner, can trade with. How do I conduct my technical analysis? So the first thing I do is I have a checklist, okay? A checklist of four important factors. And the first is going to be my weekly time frame and trend check, okay? So what I will do is I'll go to the weekly time frame and identify the trend, okay? Once I identify the trend on the weekly time frame, the overall trend on the weekly time frame, I will then look for breakouts of those trend lines or of those trends. And once I figure out that the trend has been broken and a new trend is forming, I will go back to the daily time frame and then try to identify the daily high and low and open and closing of the daily candle. Okay, remember this. Now, remember that you need to focus on the lower time frames for secondary trends. Okay, so let's say on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame, you are on a bullish time frame. You might have a scenario whereby on the H4 and the H1, you are finding yourself on a lower time frame. And when that is happening, you need to maintain your focus on the original trend, which is defined by the higher time frames. So the lower time frames, secondary trends or inner trends, you're just supposed to look for breakouts. Do not lose focus because the market gets its direction from the higher time frames. Okay, the lower time frames are there for scalpers and other types of traders, and you don't want to get caught in the long direction because scalp trades will last a few days. So what I mean by last a few days is maybe on a Monday you'll be able to get a good sell scalp. On a Tuesday you'll be able to get a good sell scalp as well. But then from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, price will start following the higher time frames and it will just shoot up. Okay. And then it goes to the 15 minute and 5 minute time frame. On the 15-minute and 5 minute time frames, you're supposed to look for retest of the bullish or bearish structures that were first created on the higher time frames. But in this case, we're only talking about the daily time frame because that is the focus. Okay. That is the focal point. All right. And then that's also where you start looking for entries. Performance will not determine future results. So what I mean by this is there are times when you are conducting a technical analysis and you perform a certain analysis and it works out. It doesn't mean that in the future it's also going to work out. Okay. Hence, you always have to back test your strategies. Now, remember that this was my initial technical analysis for the previous week. Basically, I normally only analyze once per week each and every pair that I'm going to focus on. And the pair I trade the most is XAUUSD, which is gold. And I base my analysis on the DXY. So I analyze gold first, and then I analyze the dollar index. I'll explain why. So last week, what I discovered was that gold was trending on a on a downtrend. Okay, this is based off the descending channel that you see here. Okay, now remember, my focus was not to trade within the channel because my strategy is highly focused on breakouts. All right, so if I don't see any breakout scenarios, I just watch the market. Okay, because most of the times, if it's not trending, it will be consolidating. All right. So once I figured that there was a breakout or breakout structure of the descending channel, which is this channel that you see right here, I knew for sure that price was going to go up. All right. This is this is most definitely the occurrence. Okay, this is what will happen 90% of the time. And then after a breakout, there's always going to be a retest of the previous broken structure. And this retest can sometimes go to 61.8 of the Fibonacci. Sometimes it can go to um, the 50% of the Fibonacci. And this is what you can see right here. So price broke the structure. And then from the break of structure until the newly created high, price went down, probably retested, this was probably 61.8, and then went up, came back to retest uh, lower, maybe 38.2 or something like this, and then it went all the way up. Okay, this was how I was able to figure out that price was going to continue to buy. But now it's Sunday and we're about to enter a new week. NFP just happened on Friday. What's gonna happen this week? You know, price took the liquidity of the descending triangle. You see the low has been broken. I mean the high has been broken. It was also being broken here. Where's price heading to? So according to how I visualize the market logically, there's no important structures here until here. Okay, there's no important structures until here. So price will most likely be going up. Okay, so this is just logic, simple knowledge. Price will most likely be going up. But since price got its strength from here, the 2350 zone, to push up, it will definitely on Monday, it will definitely open with weakness. Okay, it will not be as strong as it's supposed to. So what can we expect on Monday? We can expect maybe a push up until here and then a drop until 2367 before it continues to go up. Or we can have some crazy scenarios like price dropping all the way to um, 2339, which is very unlikely, but you have to take into consideration everything. Okay. So this week our focus will be on an uptrend. So there's a little uptrend here, if you can see. This uptrend will also draw an ascending triangle. And based off of this ascending triangle, we will then now conduct our new technical analysis. Well, I'm already expecting a break of structure above the triangle and a slight retest of the zone, like I said, and then buy to the upside. Okay, gold is heading to create a new high. This is my view. Now, the reason why I came back to this analysis is because you need historical data to focus on future events. And this is the best proof of that we can have. Okay, so let's move on to the next point of this analysis. So if I go to, I normally have a few other analyses here so that I can show you. So those who trade the trend line and breakout strategy, they will understand that the original retest of the structure on Friday was here. Okay, so one, two, and then point number three. What happened? Breakout, retest, push to the upside, and then came back for the last piece and went all the way up. But now the idea was simply to take the high of this zone, and it is already done there. I believe somewhere here we have an order block or something of that sort, because this is where price previously reacted crazy and then dropped. Now we should see something similar happen around here. We should see a drop to test at this zone here, and then a push to the upside. Okay, this is simple, guys. There's nothing complicated about this. Okay, let me just plug in my charger and then I can continue with the last part of this analysis and hopefully have a new outlook of the market. Basically, it's a weekly technical analysis based off the daily time frame. Let's go and go over and start our new technical analysis. So I had to open a new um, chart. We are on the 1 hour. Let's go to the weekly time frame and just quickly see what's going on. Okay, let me remove all the drawings here and just see if we can actually have some good overview of the market. Yeah, so on the weekly time frame, guys, on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that gold is bullish. There's no way you can have any other way to look at this. Okay, so this is a bullish time frame, a bullish trend line, I mean. So this is bullish, all right? Gold is bullish. Now, in the ascending channel, we have a dotted line that's in between. Remember that this is the top of the channel is represents diagonal resistance. The dotted line in between also represents diagonal resistance and support because there will be times when price will be below the dotted line and there are times when price will be above the dotted line. Now, in this case scenario, price was coming, it was below. Okay, so when price is below the dotted line, we can consider that price is looking to keep going down. But when price is above, we can consider that it's going to go up, right? Now, if you look at this area here, price came down, went to retest, came down once again, but did not have strength to break this low, okay? This zone here, if I have to put that like this, and just put a line here, this, okay? So price did not break this area. This became a very strong support. Now price got enough strength and broke the dotted line. But now, what happens? We need to wait until this weekly candle closes and the new one opens for sure so that we know that we can then continue to sell or buy. Now remember that this was not clear. Check. Price went up, came, retested, went up, very close, came down. This could be the original retest, and then it could drop all the way down until here. Okay, so these are our important zones in the weekly time frame. This one, this one, and this one here. I normally stick to three. Okay, so this one, and that. Now, what I can do is I can add horizontal lines because then they can be permanent. Let's put them there, and I'll put them here. One here, and then this one here. So just remember that those lines were drawn on the weekly. Okay, so once you have done this, I'll put it on the highest point, it's fine. So once you have done this, you know for sure what you're going to be looking for. So it's an uptrend, all right? It's on an uptrend still. Now let's go on the daily time frame to have a better view of what I'm saying. Now on the daily time frame, we focus on the candle. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the candle, the daily candle, the last daily candle. So Friday's daily candle was this one. This was the daily candle on Friday. All right. This one. What do? Now you enlarge so that you're able to view this candle properly because this is your where your money is, man. This is where your money is. This is where you make money and how you make money. Okay, so I'm assuming that price closed where it is, which is what 23.92. This was our last week's last take profit, and this was our lowest point ever recorded for this candle. So what do? I get these lines here. These are the most important points. This is what I'll do. So this will be my selling point. I will only sell gold if price is below this orange line. If it's not, I'm not selling. Okay? And then the same thing applies here. I will only buy gold if price is above this orange line. If price is not above this orange line, I will not. Anything that happens in between here is just consolidation. Okay? Anything that happens in between this is just consolidation. What's happening? I'm trying to draw. Okay? So, yeah, in between here it's just consolidation. Okay? So what do I expect? I expect price to move like this. All right. I expect price to move like this, come back here, and then we continue to buy until our next point. This is the highest point, remember? This is where gold is going this week. If price continues like this. Remember, simple stuff like this candle here. This is a candle of indecision, right? Now, this candle shows up right before a previous daily bullish candle. All right. So price is bullish on this one. A lot of indecision here, and then bullish on this one. So there's a lot of buying power here. Okay, a lot of buying power here, and it's not gonna stop now. So my best guess is maybe we're gonna have another candle of indecision here, and then a shoot to the upside because Monday the price is low. If you check, this was what Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Little volume. Monday you have the least volume. Tuesday sometimes you can also have a lot of volume, sometimes not, depending on how things look like. And also because it's going to be beginning of the new, basically officially the beginning of the new month. Since NFP was last week, and NFP can sometimes alter the direction of the market for the upcoming month. We can expect many crazy stuff to happen on Monday. So on Monday, it's best if we just watch the market and see what happens, right? Because maybe it's just gonna consolidate on the smaller time frames. But worst case scenario would be maybe price would come all the way down here. Price will come all the way from here, right? And just come down, consolidate somewhere here, and then come down, come down, come down, break this, test, and then drop. Okay, but this is highly unlikely. Why? Because look at the distance it has to travel. It's like price has to drop all the way from here until here. It's not gonna happen, guys, unless we're gonna have an economic disaster, something like that. A pandemic, um, the new elections, presidential elections, which I think is only gonna happen when I'm not really sure. I have to check the date. I forgot, but I don't think this is gonna happen now. And since people are so hyped up about what's going on in America, my best guess is that next week we can have one, two, three. This is it. All right, so I will maintain my focus here, and this is what I normally do. So I choose buys for this week as well, and this is how I do it. It's simple. Just to remind myself, I'll say buys above here, and then sells below here. All right, sells below this line and buys above this line. I can change the color of the line just so that you don't get confused. Maybe I will increase the opacity so that it becomes a bit visible. And then I'll put this one as red. hmm This is no trade zone. Okay, so the no trade zone and the scalp zone is basically where you're not going to go on a smaller time frame, and you already know the distance between these two areas, the distance between the blue line and the red line. So anything that happens in between here, you can scalp on the smaller time frames, but I don't advise that because the major signals are the ones that are going to happen after price breaks above here and below here. This is it. So if you want to hurt yourself, hurt your feelings, go ahead and just scalp, but don't get caught on the opposite side of the trend because we are what does the book say? Follow the trend, swim with the sharks. The sharks are currently going up. I know that they closed their positions here on Friday, a few of them. Some are still holding their positions from here all the way here. And until I see that this candle is engulfed, there's no selling power here. Okay, so it's bullish. All right, so since it's bullish, where would my stop loss be? Now, somewhere from here until here, there could be something crazy on the H4. So I'll go on the H4 first and H1 to see what's there. So 4 hour candle. Okay, this is the 4 hour candle. Where would my stop loss be if I had to buy? So if price breaks this to buy, my stop loss will be at the 50% of the previous candle. 50% of the previous candle. Okay, 50% of the body of the previous candle. Or if you still want to have more space, then it's going to be at the low of the previous candle. But let me go to the 1 hour and then see. But for now, let me just mark the the low, which is here. So this would be where your stop loss would be. Initially, if you want to hold the buys after it breaks out, this is where your stop loss is going to be. It's huge, right? It's a big distance, but it will save you from a lot of spikes because after the breakout, we do expect some spikes. Now let's go and check. Okay, so yes, this one was the last bearish candle before the bullish move. This one. So for more conservative traders, this will be your stop loss as well. So I'm not gonna put mine there. I'm always gonna put mine here. In fact, somewhere here because price would come here. All right. So once I figured this out, I have to go on the 4 hour again and then just look at the distance. And I can say this buys above here and take profits right there. My stop loss is gonna be right here. I never put it exactly where it's supposed to be because I know my goal. Okay. And then the other thing you must focus on is this. Don't forget to draw your trends, brother. Don't forget to draw your ascending channel. I'll use the body this time, and then it's supposed to be right here. Okay. Yeah. So price already broke above the ascending channel. It's up. It has to come and retest. It could retest here or here. That's why stop loss is crucial somewhere here. Sometimes this was going to be the original stop loss because this is 50%. But let me see. Because this was the highest point created. And just go here and say, okay, 50% of the Fibonacci is here. 38.2. So your stop losses can only be at Fibonacci levels, all right? Stop losses only at Fibonacci levels. Remember that this is the Fibonacci level, this is the Fibonacci level, this is the Fibonacci level, because this is where the retracements can be. And if you check our sell below line is right below the last Fibonacci level, and then it goes down and down and down. So your retracements can go all the way down until here, all right? But now I'm taking my risks. My stop loss is going to be right there. Okay, let me go to my other profile and see if we can have some configurations of the Fibonacci there. And yeah, those can help us maintain our focus on that. Just remembering that our previous channel was this one from here to here, and then this was our previous channel, right? So now price broke and it's creating a new channel. We're going to push up. So guys, this is our Sunday technical analysis. If I have to refine anything, I'll leave more information on my Telegram channel where I normally give my trading signals. And if you are there, follow it for more information. Thank you. I'll leave the links of our community as well. If you want to join our community on WhatsApp or join our free signal groups on Telegram, because my VIP group is now free. You don't pay anything to be in the VIP group. All you need to do is register with our partner broker. Once you have an account with our partner broker, by using our ID link, you can then join the VIP signals group. Okay, enjoy, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.